There we go, the famous Loudon Tavern. Done this walk a million times, man. Never take it for granted either being a Rangers fan and being able to go to Ibrox, because see, when you think about it, I don't know how many million fans we've got around the world. The vast majority of them never get to Ibrox. So it always kind of bothers me a little bit when people say, oh, do you go to games? You know, there's people who give their left arm to be do what we do, but I'm even doing now, just walking up to the stadium with the memories and whatnot, you know. So it's always a wee bit unfair, that, but I'm not even going to go to anyone, but you should always remember that when anyone throws that at someone, you know. But aye, let somebody remember when I was there, because I'm from just up the road at Dumbreck, that's where I was born, but this was the old Rangers shop. I was the first Rangers shop. I can remember my old man taking me in there once, making my jacket and my scarf and all that. It was brilliant. Yeah, oh, there we go, the Union Bears always do that. I never knew Gordo, but I knew he was a very popular chat amongst the young team and the Rangers fans as a whole. Aye, well done. Yeah. But aye, then we moved to Trin in 1986 and I used to come up in the train with my pals, Brian and all that, Greg's. Brian, I'm crashing his house tonight. So this walk's got a lot of memories. You know, welcome to Ibrox Stadium. Yeah, no, the Americans will certainly... One of the first, like I've said a million times, one of the first things they've done when they came here was looked at the actual stadium itself and looked what they can do. And when you look at it, there's a lot of space around Ibrox, you know. I'm not sure if we own this ground that I'm on at the moment, but you know, it's what's the point of graffiti at Rangers, but Ibrox anyway, it doesn't matter. You know, it's there's a lot can be done here. You know, when you look at the space that's here, you know, Edmondson House as well. I mean, if they had to knock that down, I don't think they would, but you know, the sports shop, the old shop, I mean, I think it's on record now they're not going to be doing anything with that. The bar has been put on hold, if not cancelled. The Americans do like their stadiums. Aye, right. So, back to memories at Ibrox. So I'm in the Cotman career, behind the Cotman at the moment, and I had a season for a few years in the Cotman front before I joined the Royal Navy in 1991, so I used to go in that one there. And a game that doesn't get talked about enough for the atmosphere is the Aberdeen game, when Aberdeen just needed a draw in 1991, and because we beat my mother 3-0 the week before, and I remember walking in about 2:30 and the noise was unbelievable. Ibrox was full, and it wasn't like that back then. It didn't fill up to about 5-3, which is, you know, but the noise was unbelievable. I walked in there and I thought, there's no way we're losing. And Aberdeen had that goalie at the time, his name was Michael Watt. He was meant to be the next big thing, and he was. It was all week, it was about Michael Watt in the news. And I remember, it was the first 10 minutes I've crossed and Haley banjoed. The Haley would have been set off for it now, you know. But that's one of the many memories. So there, yeah. The gaffer. People with skills they've got with doing these. There's legends and then there's legends and yeah. So the main stand, the memories I've got here. I first came when I'm from just up there at the break at the High Flats. My first team game was 1982, I think it was. We played Liverpool and it was for the opening of the Governor thing. But before that, I'm pretty sure me and my dad used to walk down and go to the reserve games. I think it was free to get in, and you sat in the main stand. So that's always in the main stand. When I sit in there, I always remember my dad, like, you know, because we used just to walk down, you know, what, a 10-15 minute walk or whatever it was. It's just such an amazing building, isn't it? Let's say I know the Americans they'll do up the stadium, but they'll not touch the main stand, the outward facade of it, facade, however you say it. But yeah, it's impressive. Archibald Leach knew what he was doing, and that's an old building as well, and it's still standing strong, you know. Granted, it'll need touched up inside, but still, that doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter, but it'll get done, you know. The Rangers football club. I think the players that walked in that door there, not just Rangers players, but footballing legends, everyone. Beckenbauer, Puskas, Messi, you know. The thing about the Rangers is it's the thing that you love longest in your life. You fall in love with it when you're a kid. You outlive your parents, sadly. You love Rangers before you meet your partner, before your kids die, before your kids are born. So it's from death to his part, and I tell you what, we want to divorce the old girl sometimes, but yeah, just a brilliant. You know, it brings out some sort of emotions now that I'm going away. I mean, I'll be back, but it might be a year or two or longer. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, I've been away for long spells before. Still got to have a wonder up just where the buses getting empty because there's parts that I don't want the stuff getting thrown out that I don't want to change my mind on. Yeah. It never fails to impress you when you actually take the second and look at the building. You know. Right. You see the Europa League stuff going up and all that for what is it? Aye. So anyway, the Brumley and Bria was where I first came to our first team game. Like I say, I'm sure it was Liverpool. So I remember it was definitely the rear because I remember being up high just the whole wow, what's happening? You know, and like me and Mo man used to sit, a lot of place we used to sit was the West Enclosure. That was where our place was. But yeah. Aye, Ibrox man.